90% of day traders fail. That's not a scare tactic. That's just the reality of the game. And I know that stat is real because I was a part of it. I lost over $100,000, blew multiple accounts before I was ever a consistently profitable day trader. And here's my actual Alertsify account, which is broker verified. It's tied to my brokerage because people copy trade me. It has every trade that I've ever taken over the past 3 months here. You can see here over the past month, right, over $100,000. And I'm not showing you that to flex. I'm showing you that so you know that everything I'm about to say came from actually doing this, not from a course that I've read once. Today, I'm breaking down the real reason that traders fail, not the surface level stuff, the actual root causes. And at the end, I'm going to give you a checklist that you can start using today so that you could be in that 10% that doesn't fail. Let's get into it. The number one reason traders fail, they have no edge. The typical beginner trader, right, though, might watch a video on YouTube about RSI or MACD or some crazy new indicator, and they think that's enough to be consistent. Like, oh, I have a strategy. But really, in reality, if your strategy doesn't give you a statistical edge, you're not trading, you're gambling. An edge is something that you could prove, right? That you have a repeatable setup that has a positive expectancy and you've tested it on enough of a sample size to know what the actual results are going to be. So what do real traders do that make them different? They backtest, right? They backtest it in different environments, whether it be in trending environments, choppy, high volatility, or low volatility. And they need to know, does that strategy work across all these different market conditions? Second, they understand why it works and the market conditions behind it. A lot of traders are running a strategy that they don't understand and they don't know why it works. So when the market conditions shift, they can't adapt and they keep running that strategy that no longer fits for that market. And the second part of that is really understanding why it works, what happens versus why it happens. For me personally, my edge is liquidity, right? And understanding, locating where those liquidity sweeps are and where those traps are, the spots where price pushes through just enough through an obvious level to trigger everyone else's stops or trap the late breakout buyers and then reverses. That's where most traders get caught off sides, and learning to spot those sweeps before they happen instead of getting caught in them is where it took my trading to random to repeatable. And that didn't happen overnight. It came from testing, refining, and understanding the why and not just the what. And reason number two, and probably the biggest reason that accounts get blown up, is the lack of risk management. Really no risk management when it comes to trading. I see it consistently. Traders risk 20, 30, 40, even 100% of their account full porting on a single trade thinking they're going to hit it big. Day trading gets sold as a get-rich scheme, and this isn't one. So here's the pattern that we see over and over, right? A trader might make a couple $1,000s in a month trading 1 or 2 contracts. They get overconfident at that point, and month 2, they might jump from 2 contracts to 10. That may feel great on paper, but instead of making the 100 to 200 on a trade, right, now you're making $1,000 to $2,000 on a trade, but nobody thinks about the other side of that coin. What could happen? Instead of losing $100 on a trade, right, you could be losing $1,000, or you could be losing $2,000 on a trade. Most people are not mentally prepared for that level of risk, and when the losses hit, they go on tilt, and that's how they blow up their account. So what's the better habit, right? Let's size up gradually, right? You trade 1 or 2 contracts until you're consistently profitable on high probability setups for 1 or 2 months. Then you move to 3 to 4. And by the time you're trading 10 contracts, you should be 6 months in with a back-tested strategy with a real win rate and the risk tolerance that can actually handle that size. Instead, right, you see traders jump in with 10, they'll lose that 2,000, they'll go on tilt, and they'll revenge trade, trying to get it all back in a single trade, right? They might lose $5,000 in a day, and they might have $2,000 left in their account, and they're going to throw it all in a single trade, and what happens to their account? It gets blown up. Right, so it's important to note that size really does magnify everything. So the profits do go up, but also the losses go up, and so do the emotions and the bad decisions that go with it, right? So really, you want to scale up as you're consistent. 2 contracts, 4 contracts, 6 contracts, 8, 10, so on and so forth. The most important thing here that you need to realize is that you need to earn the right to size up. Show that your system is working, show that it's back tested, and show that you really have a real edge and that you can handle it mentally to size up. So the 3 risk rules, right? And these are very important. Always use a stop loss. So if you don't have the discipline to honor a mental stop loss, set a hard one, right? Automatically put it in your broker and say, hey, minus 20%, or at this price, it's going to be a stop loss. And also the second part of that is, and you really have to accept this, that losses are part of trading. Every trader, every single one has been through drawdown. For weeks or months, the market shifts and you don't adapt fast enough to take those losses. That's not failure. You just have to manage your risk properly and don't full port your account into a single trade, and make sure you come out over time, right? And how do we do that? We have our stop loss. You make sure you have a daily loss limit as well, and that your position sizing is consistent, because your first job isn't making money. It's staying in the game long enough to survive and make money gradually over time. And reason number 3, and honestly, I think this is the biggest one, is emotional trading. And this covers a lot, right? There's FOMO, which is the fear of missing out, which we all know about. Somebody, the stock had already ran 10, 20%. Everyone's making profit on it and they want to jump in, right? End up getting rugged or bag holding at that point. Overtrading, oversizing to trying to make up for those losses. Having that hesitation, ignoring your stop losses, and then bag holding and revenge trading, right? Hey, I lost that $2,000. I'm going to double down now to try to get it back. The list goes on, right? Almost every trader falls into these at some point. And you're not trading the chart at that point. You're really just trading your emotion, and it shows up directly in your win rate. And this turns into an emotional loop, right? You have a loss and then you become frustrated. And as a result, you end up breaking your rules. You have a bigger loss and then you're more frustrated, right? It's a never ending cycle at this point. You just go back and forth. And this is really called the tilt loop, right? If you play poker, or if you trade, right, you know what tilt is. You just get so frustrated and so angry that you're like, I have to get it back in a single trade. Right. So how do you break it? Right. And here are the 3 ways that, I see that the best ways to kind of break in, kind of what's worked for me. Number 1 is you build a rule book. And for me personally, I have this on my screen daily. Right. And these are just some of the rules. And, if I catch myself doing something, I'll actually add it and update it. But, I size down on Wednesdays. I know those are typically the worst days for me. No trading on FOMC days, no revenge trading, A+ setups, right? You set the stop loss, you don't oversize. And then, it has other ones there too, but, if you scroll down, journal every trade. And most important for me, right, that I put on here is that, hey, my family is counting on me. I left a successful high-paying job at Google to trade full-time, so I can't afford to break these rules. I need to make sure I stick with them. How else can you do it, right? Obviously, you want to journal everything so you understand what those setups are, what the mistakes may be. You need to separate your P&L from your identity, right? These are not the same, right? So you might take a loss of, let's say, $2,000, and it turns into a referendum on themselves as a person, right? That negative self-talk bleeds into the next trade and the next one, and your P&L is only really relevant for that trading day. Those trading hours from 9:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern, and after the close, it doesn't matter if you're up or down, right? Every day is a new day with new opportunity. So don't let the losses from yesterday carry on to the new day. Leave it in the past. Journal it, right? So you understand what the pattern is. Make sure you stick to your rules, but really separate your P&L from your identity. And reason number 4 is no specialization. So you see it all the time with new traders, right? They jump in, they kind of want to do everything. They'll do futures, they'll do crypto, swing trading, scalping, penny stocks. They might touch Forex, they might touch options as well, right? So at that point, you're really becoming a jack of all trades and a master of none. So instead of that, right, what you really need to do is, pick one market, one strategy for thousands of reps, right? That way you have that pattern recognition. You know what that consistency is. For my path personally, right, I've always been an options trader for the past 7 years or so, right? And I focus on the same tickers that I know their PA inside and out, right? NVIDIA, Tesla, most recently MU, and then QQQ. But if you're just starting out, don't test across 5 strategies across 5 different markets at the same time. Pick one, refine it, back test it, and that's what builds consistency. Reason number 5, the final one, right, is, a lot of new traders have unrealistic expectations, right? And, going down here to those unrealistic expectations and why it happens. And I see it every day and I hear it every day. I get DMs in my Instagram of like, hey, I have $5,000. I need to turn it into $50,000. Can you help me? Or I have somebody join the community that's new and say, hey, how do I flip my $2,000 to $100,000, right? I want to do that. So guys, hold on. Time out. We need to reset your expectations. That is not, that's not going to happen after a week. It might not happen after a year, right? They have the wrong goal. And the reason that is because of what social media sells. You'll see a 23-year-old trader online with a huge P&L, maybe a nice car with big returns, and you think, whoa, wow, like I need to be like that. Little do you know that the reason that they probably can afford all this is because they're selling $5,000 courses, right? They're probably not the best traders. So what actually works at that time is, you have small wins. You want to make sure that you're journaling everything through repetition. You have good risk management and you have experience. And this will all come with time, right? But it's not going to come overnight. So instead of watching that content of, hey, this is how I turned $5,000 to $100,000, watch the content that says, hey, this is the exact setup that I use and why it works. I'm not saying that explosive growth doesn't happen, but there's a version of this that's unsustainable. If you grow an account from $1,000 to $10,000 and you don't blow it at $10,000 the next week trying to repeat it, that's actual skill. Most people who grow an account that fast are getting lucky on favorable price action and they blow it back the moment the market turns choppy. Find the confidence in those small, consistent wins. They add up, right? So we have a trader over here turn from 1,000 to 10,000 to 2,000, and then boom, they blow it up because they kept full porting and thinking that same process is going to work, which is really just gambling at the end of the day. So trader B here, they'll turn it from 1,000 to 1.2 to 1.5. Those small wins and those small steps that are boring, but hey, they get to 10,000. It keeps them in the game longer. So really the point of this is like optimize for that consistency, not for these massive home runs. Make yourself better and better every day. Make sure you're getting those small wins every day, right? And if you don't get the small wins, make sure that they're small losses so that you're in it long enough to survive. All right, so here's what you could actually do to start implementing it today. Why you see the 90% fail and how do you become the 10% that don't fail and become successful, right? These are the 5 steps. So number 1, define your edge. I make money when blank happens because of blank. Can you define it in one single sentence? Mine, for example, is built around spotting liquidity sweeps and traps. The levels where the crowd gets stopped out or trapped chasing a breakout right before the price reverses. That is my edge. Number 2, build a risk management plan, right? Defining that risk. Understanding, hey, what are your max trades per day, your max loss per day, what your max risk per trade may be, and what your position size is, right? Know this every day before the market opens. Number 3, build a trading routine, right? Pre-market, understand what the news is that day, mark out your levels, know, hey, if it's bearish, I'm going to do this. If it's bullish, I'm going to do this. And you have that trade plan. And then once the market opens, you execute on that plan. And in the post-market, you review it, you journal it, and you go through and say, hey, what can I have improved that actually went against your plan that day? Number 4, track everything, your setup, your entry, your exit, your P&L. Did you follow your rule? And what would I change, right? Because you collect that data and you recognize the patterns. And once you have that data and patterns, that's when you can make the improvements to fine tune it. And number 5, for 6 months, right? Commit for 6 months that you're going to stick to one market, one strategy, one risk plan for 6 months. And this will give yourself a real chance to grow and become part of that 10% and be profitable. Day trading is a hard road, but if you're honest with yourself about the things I just walked through, you give yourself a real shot at the 10%. Ask yourself the hard questions. Are you disciplined enough? Patient enough? Can you control your emotions? Can you commit to one strategy long enough to know if it actually works? If the answer is no right now, that's okay. That's useful information. Fix that first. There's a link in the description below for a free 7-day trial if you want to come trade side by side with me live every day. We go through all 5 of these areas almost daily with the community to make sure we hold each other accountable and to make sure that we are part of that 10%. I'll see you in the next one.